YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy D Dyson. Masters of the Air Part 8, Episode 8. By far, probably one of the best episodes I've seen. And I'm really upset of why the Tuskegee Airmen is just now in this series, where it heavily was in the trailer, but it was just basically off of this one episode. But in terms of the story, is because you had to follow Buck and Bucky and how they ran across the Tuskegee Airmen in the same camp. So I was telling myself, and that's kind of what got them home when it comes to that. And I love the tropes and seeing this, because this is really for what it is. And, you know, you kind of start off from the last episode of seeing Rosie is kind of delivering like, we finally going to D-Day. We're finally doing it. We're about to storm all of Europe. And you seeing Crosby is in a sense always stressed out. So he needs that sleep, and everybody's like, he needs sleep. He's taking a sleeping pill, and it's like, yeah, he's going up, and it's like, yeah, take those every 12 hours. And he's basically like, he's abusing, you know, kind of like an opioid addiction that he kind of formed. And it got to the point to where he just crashed. Boom. Missed it. I felt for him, because, you know, he was very worried about a girl that's trying to really, Sandra, he's really trying to find her. And as she's really kind of like doing that, she's like an infiltrator, like a spy. So he's so worried about being caught up with her out there, it's really messing with him. And you can kind of tell that he's that one woman type of guy. Like, if I'm on you, I'm on you. And it's affecting his work, and it's affecting how he is. So they're telling him like, okay, you seeing the downfall with him. And as he crashes, he's thinking that he has to hurry up and get up that day because he just passed out. But in terms of, he fell asleep for 3 days, missed all of D-Day. So Rosie had to basically tell him what it looked like. And I was like, man, I wish they would have had a good episode of just them storming it. But we didn't had so many of those. The Saving Private Ryan's, it's so many movies based off of D-Day, of storming Normandy and stuff like that. And I'm just telling myself, we had all those. So I wanted to see it from the perspective of the sky. And he was just, you know, Rosie was looking at us like it was a break in the clouds, and you just seen nothing but us. And it was like, man, it was a sight to see. And I can feel Crosby's like starting to want to cry, because it's like, man, I missed it. You know, like, we've been preparing, because you could tell he was preparing for it, and it was just throwing him off, you know. And I was like, and Rosie really had to tell him, so all from the plots that you made in the sky, and it was all from your design, that's how we were successful. They stormed everything all from what, you know, you plotted. And that's why I was like, man, because he was a navigator. And so I was kind of telling myself I like that. And then he's getting his 4 weeks in New York, basically to go see his wife, basically, to be like, man, everybody kind of knows his downfall, and is like, nah, you need 4 weeks off, and then because you're too valuable, you need to come back. So then we get over to the Tuskegee Airmen, and man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I feel like we need a story for the Tuskegee Airmen. I know we got it with Courtney B. Vance, and rest in peace, I forgot his name. He was on Brooklyn 911. Man, he was really good in there. Lawrence Fishburne, Cuba Gooding Jr. I know we got that. There was the miniseries in the 90s. But we need a revamped series of the Tuskegee Airmen, the Red Tails. And that's why I was like, it felt so endearing, you know, when they're going on their mission, and how they did their things was, you know, it was Tuskegee Airmen, they did 500 missions, celebrating it, you know, but Lieutenant Alex is kind of like, when are we going to go see some real action? And you're seeing as they go through what they're doing, like their attention to detail to get the mission, and it's like they're on point. Numbers. It's like, because he knew, like, okay, in the P-51, this is how, you know, you got to drop the weight. Like, everything about it is like, you had to know it from top to bottom. And I was like, mwah, man. And I was like, I loved it, and even at the end, it was saying, at the end of the debrief was when he was like, yeah, we got passports for you guys because you guys would do so well blending in, and everybody can laugh, and all I could do was laugh at that. It was like, yeah, you do so well blending in, so we gave you passports, and I was like, to be like, this is, you're not who you say you are, basically. So I was just kind of like, man, that was cool to watch, and they're doing their mission, and as they were going down, and when they got captured and caught, and you seeing the German interrogators knew everything about them and was like, yeah, where, why they force you to be like, why they treat you like that? Why they treat you like over there? Why I'll fight for a country that treats you like that? I understand you guys perfectly. Why? And, the answer that he gave him was like, I know shortcomings of this country, but man, let me go back so I can come back and wipe all you guys out faster, and I was like, man, it's more about country than it is race, although it is a huge thing about race at that time. But you fighting along your fellow countrymen, does something. It's something different, and especially when they went to the prisoner camp, I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, when they're walking up to the gates, these are people like, man, what the, like, because they're so used to it, like, we ain't finna be bunking with you guys, you know what I'm saying? And then you start seeing a lot of people come out, man, it's Red Tails, it's the Red Tails. Man, you guys saved us so many times. It's like, man, what unit y'all from? And he said, man, and I was just kind of like, man, the endearing nature. You can kind of see some people still had that, but other people is like, nah, they it. When they come in, they come in. So that's why I was telling myself, I'm like, you seen the respect, and then the scenes with AustinButler, you know what I'm saying? I was like, as a major, I loved every bit of it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, you drew this, and man, we need your help trying to get up out of here. So I was like, yeah, I really cannot wait for this final episode, and for everyone to tell their story of you can kind of tell, Bucky may not make it, but it's for the betterment of the whole camp getting out, for everyone to tell their story. That's why we have this. So that's why I tell myself, I'm like, I love the pivotal part that the Tuskegee Airmen does play, but I would love to get a series about them doing their thing in this war and showing the exploits of what they had to go through to be here. I know we got that, but you got to be twice as good to be only, half of what they got. So that's why I'm telling myself, I would love to see the Red Tails. We got the movie, we got the miniseries, but I need a miniseries like Masters of the Air with the Tuskegee Airmen. Yes, I definitely give this episode 9.5 out of 10. Only one episode left, and I'm just kind of like, I'm so enthralled of it. I can't wait for the documentary for the Bloody 100th Squadron. I can't wait for this. So, yeah, man, I want more. Maybe I have to watch this episode again. So, you guys enjoyed my review of Masters of the Air episode 8. Subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.